Welcome back. The Global Teacher Prize serves to underline the importance of educators and the fact that throughout the world their efforts deserve to be recognized and celebrated. 50 finalists who are the very best teachers, not only on their students but on the communities around them, are recognized. From teaching in remote towns and villages to inner city schools, they advocate for inclusivity and child rights, integrate migrants into classrooms and nurture their students' abilities and confidence. Today, we speak to one of those, South Africa's very own Mokhudu Machaba, who is from Limpopo, a runner-up. A very good evening to you. Congratulations to you, Mokhudu. Did you ever imagine in your wildest dreams as a scared, frustrated, pregnant teenager that this would be in your future?
Good evening to you, presenter, and the listeners. It never came across my mind, but I was just prepared for anything in life. I just told myself as a young girl that I will make my life different and the lives of the people around me.
Just give us a sense of the kind of life that you had, because for you to want to change the world means that the kind of life that you had was something that you felt you could do better, you could achieve better. So you've been chosen out of 12,000 candidates, I think it's 140 countries. You obviously must have done something right. What inspired you?
I was really inspired by the kind of lifestyle that I grew up observing. Firstly, I would like to say I never wanted to be a teacher. I was looking up to other professions except being a teacher, because looking at teachers struggling in the classroom, overcrowded classroom, the period that I went to school, we went to school in church halls, we didn't have enough furniture. So teaching was not for me. But when I realized that I was going to end up without a profession, then I went for teaching because it was the cheapest. It was the profession that I could afford.
And you worked hard. I believe you even worked as a domestic worker to be able to pay for your teaching qualification. But one of the things you keep on saying is that a privileged school with resources is not where you belong. It's not where you need it. Tell us a little bit more about this thinking, why you say this.
I always relate to the learners in the rural villages because that's what I can relate very well. And I think about them. If they don't have enough resilience, what is going to motivate them? And if you check our communities, most of the learners, they just drop out, they're just hopeless, they just go to professions similar to any other profession of the people in the villages. So my input towards their life was to change that and unleash their potential, make them see what they can do with their lives. And the main thing, I just wanted to be there for their whole being, emotionally, psychologically, physically, intellectually, mentally, and everything else. So I needed to be there for them.
What I find fascinating, Mokhudu, is that, as you say, somebody who grew up with such a tough background, you never really wanted to go into teaching, you have been recognized for integrating technology into the classroom, even being a runner-up for the Internet Service Providers Association Super Teacher Prize. So how did you skill yourself? How did you teach yourself about this, the technology, so that you're even able to pass it on to your pupils?
Basically, when I was in college, they wanted us to drop a library orientation to do computer literacy. And then my love for ICT started there. But when I came back home, it was a different scenario because I couldn't access any computers in any given point in time. So it was just a traditional way of teaching. But in 2009, there was this company, Koza Cares, that came to my circuit, Mokhudu Machaba, to train teachers on ICT integration in the classroom. So they saw my passion and I became the nominee and I became the runner-up. I attended the I Week. I could see what computers can do, can change the lives of the kids. And I took it from there. I started doing online courses through Microsoft, any platform, Commonwealth platforms. As long as it spoke about ICT, I put my hands on it. Hence, today I can proudly say I have more than 230 cases on ICT that I taught myself on.
I want to ask you one final question. Given COVID-19, the kind of challenges that it has brought for us, I want you to just explain to our viewers, when you talk about ICT and you look at the rural village settings, the improvement that you want to bring in, how can technology do that? Because COVID-19 has shown us that people are much poorer than we thought. It has made them poorer. They don't have access to some of the resources that you say you'd like to give them. So talk to us, ICT, how can it help the people you want to teach out of this situation?
Basically, I think I'm hopeful that there will be something happening. I know the digital divide has been shown up with the pandemic. I prepared lessons that are online, but my learners cannot access them. But I'm not hopeless. I just believe that something will happen, and one day things will fall into place. And my urge to the government is, let's cap this digital divide and embrace the fourth industrial revolution so that we can balance it. And our kids, our learners in rural villages, they need to compete with their peers across the globe and contribute to the economy of the country as well.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Congratulations. Wishing you all of the best. I'm sure that $1 million prize would make such a huge difference to your community and your passion. Thank you so much. Congratulations to Mokhudu Machaba, who's a teacher nominated for the Global Teacher Prize.